Yes, a blue T-shirt, the gentleman here in the front.
Of a crash, if the batteries are totaled, who will pay for it? Does the fees cover it?
Your life insurance. See, here's the thing. The battery is in such a safe location, and the battery latching mechanism has actually been tested to 25G. If you got hit at 25G, the last worry you have is what happened to the battery. Okay? It's actually more likely than not that if you've been hit at that kind of force, you're not coming out of that accident. Now, in case that you just got hit and you got bumped, as you can see, it's got plates on all sides made of metal. And what could happen is that one side got bumped, the other side got bumped, and you got out of the car safe, and some modules have been damaged. Much like you would be able to see a car where an engine was damaged or other parts of the car have damaged. In which case, what you'll see is that battery will go out of circulation, the modules will be returned back into new packs, but a new pack will be provided to you as part of the refurbishing of a car.
では、はい、黒ジャケット、メガネをかけた。
The gentleman in the glasses.
And then we'll go back to the other side.
My name is Kawakami from Tokyo Shimbun. Among the Japanese manufacturers, your potential partnership. In Japan, we have Mitsubishi Motors, Fuji Heavy, and Nissan Motors. From this year to next year, they will be coming up with electric vehicles. They will be start selling EVs. So with these three companies, do you have a partnership, or how do you envision an alliance with these three Japanese manufacturers?
We actually see that the market will bring three different types of electric vehicles over the next few years, and all of them will find markets. Different niches, different needs. Fixed electric batteries, mostly small range. Plug-in hybrids, usually an electric car with a range extender. And what we believe is the best extension mechanism, which is the switchable battery. And I hope that after you've seen this today, you agree with me that that's one of the most promising range extension mechanisms we have seen in years. Now, the value that Better Place brings using our network is openness to all these types. So if a Mitsubishi i-MiEV comes to our charge spots, it will be able to plug and charge. You can see the Subaru car outside charging in our spots. And I think that's one big service, even to fixed battery electric cars. Range extended cars would not need any infrastructure theoretically because they can go on gasoline. But if you charge them in our network, they stay pure zero emission vehicles for longer miles, more distance. And then these kinds of cars would be provided by companies that have actually had the vision to invest in these programs. And we have to admit, Gon-san has actually had 2 years advantage on the rest of the industry. Now, it doesn't mean that other car makers can't build this car. It's just that Nissan and Renault have an advantage of 2 years right now over every other maker in the market worldwide. There's a follow-up to the question.
もう一度先ほどの方にお渡しいただけます。
So if you could please. Your relationship with Nissan in Japan, are you going to partner with them? And Nissan as a company I think they are focusing on your business model. So in one way or another, how shall I put it? The auto manufacturers, they have to make profits from this business model because EV have low profit margins. So they are looking for a viable business model. With Nissan, are you going to partner together in Japan? Is it possible for you to partner with Nissan for the Japanese market?
We are partnering with Renault Nissan today in Israel and Denmark, which are the first two markets in which this infrastructure is going to be placed. Now, there's nothing that limits us if a car works in one country to go to another country. We would need to work together agreements that are particular to every location, depending on government support, government assistance, a variety of different deployment models, and the segments to which we want to go. We do not have an agreement per se per Japan, but we also haven't announced yet until we hear from the government what is the next step after this deployment, which we'd love to hear that we're coming to Japan. If there is acceptance to what we've demonstrated today, which was critical, then there is a place to actually approach Nissan to go and deploy these kinds of cars in Japan as well. Thank you.
Any other questions? The person wearing a blue shirt.
Times Germany. What role actually play governments in your alliance strategy, and what role play car manufacturers? And the second question is this technology patented? How will it be spread? Is anybody free to use it, or will you have a license system? Will you be kind of monopolist of EV fueling stations?
So obviously the technology is patented, and there is a license model that is a very inclusive license model to car makers who want to make these kinds of cars. We've talked here, and Yoav has talked about it. If a car maker comes up with a different mechanism to latch the battery in the car, which is not a repetition of what we've done, they can do this tomorrow morning. We'd be glad. All we tell the car makers is put in a battery that allows itself to disconnect from the car, figure out your model if you want to, or license ours, and you're good to go. So there's nothing that prohibits a car maker in Germany tomorrow morning to actually go do an exchangeable electric battery car. Now, the role that the OEMs play and the role the governments play usually is one of acceptance, licensing, permitting to actually put this kind of technology in place. We can't force a car maker to build a car like that. Only car makers can decide it. But interestingly enough, a lot of governments today have become car owners. President Obama on Saturday joked that he was chosen by Car and Driver magazine as the Auto Executive of the Year in America. So what you see is that car companies today are much closer in their relationship with governments, mainly as a result of bailouts and assistance. Now, it's in the interest of governments to get off oil. Most countries around the world, barring 12. So you have a situation in which governments see a macro need to get off oil. They have their ability to influence on car companies, and we hope that that influence leads to an accelerated development plan towards these kinds of cars. Be them electric, fixed battery, switchable batteries, it's all goodness. We don't believe in creating a monopoly in this market. We believe that we're actually breaking the biggest monopoly on earth, which is oil. If you think about it, well, we don't see monopoly on oil. It's monopolized by nature in the sense that we can only find it in certain places on the planet. And as a result of that, you have a monopoly in the supply of oil to all people around the world.